Hey friends, welcome back to the channel and the fourth episode of the Torii Gate photo manipulation course. This would be the last part of the modeling section, and from the next video we're gonna go to other parts as lighting or texturing and so on. If you haven't watched the previous videos yet, make sure to watch them first and then come back to this video. So without any further delay, let's get started. Okay, now we're in Blender and let's start the modeling of the grass and the trees here. But first of all, let's bring these stairs to another collection that we've created on the previous episode. Let's select them, 3 of them, and press M and hit on the new collection and call it, I'm going to call it stairs. And for this one, let's rename it. You can select it and press F2 and rename it. I'm going to rename it as rock. And then press M and bring it to the collection part. I'm going to bring it here, but you can create a new collection for that as well. So let's create a plane. Bring a plane and bring it to the right part and let's scale it. You can press S and type the number. I'm going to scale it 2 times and 5 times, or maybe another 2 times, but it's so big. Let's come back by Ctrl Z and come to the edit mode, press tab and select the edge select mode and select this edge, bring it all the way up to here, and again come to the object selection mode and bring it a little bit backwards like this. And maybe we can bring it a little bit higher, and let's apply the scale. Hold Ctrl A and then hit on scale, and if you press M you can see that the scale amounts, all of them are 1. So come back to the edit mode, press tab and press A to select everything and right click, then subdivide it. I'm gonna change the number to around 20 is good, yeah. And let's add a subdivision modifier. You can add it by holding Ctrl 1 or 2. I'm gonna use Ctrl 2 for 2 segments, but you can go on with 1. Then let's add a displace modifier. Let me find it. Where is it? It's here. And bring it before the subdivision modifier and click on new. And from here, and come to this part, the texture properties, and from here, change it to clouds. And you see that we have this shape here. Let's right click and shade it smooth. And from the modifiers properties, modifiers tab, you can change the strength. You can increase it or decrease it, but I'm gonna decrease it a little bit like this, and there you go. Before we continue in modeling the grass part, let's take this one and take a copy of this one and bring it all the way to behind the stairs and bring it a little bit higher. Press 3 to go to side orthographic view and bring it to somewhere like this. And there would be need to change the scale a little bit. Press S and X. Let's change the scale and bring it a little bit to this part and come to the edit mode, and with these face selected, press G and Y and bring it a little bit to that part, and let's go to the face selection mode, select this face and bring it a little bit up to there and press tab to go to object mode. And now let's create the grass. Hold Shift A and from the mesh part you can add a plane. Let's bring it all the way up to here and press the period key on the numpad to focus on that object to snap the view to that object. Let's rotate it on the X axis 90 degrees and press tab to go to edit mode, and let's scale it down to somewhere like this. Press 2 to go to edge selection mode, select this edge and bring it a little bit higher, but it's too much. Let's decrease the height and let's scale it down like this, and let's enable the proportional editing. You can click on this or you can just hit the O on the keyboard. It is the hotkey for proportional editing. And let's add some loop cuts here and there. Hold Ctrl and R. I'm gonna add 3 or 4 loop cuts for this one. I added 4 loop cuts and right click to cancel the movement. And select this top edge and press 3 to go to side orthographic view and press G, and then you can create the shape you want. We can increase or decrease the size of this amount by rolling down and up your middle mouse button. I'm gonna create a shape like this. Maybe we can rotate it as well and bring it a little bit down. And also let's increase the amount. And we can rotate it. Again, let's decrease it, bring it here. And there you go. We can add a subdivision modifier, press hold Control and 2. I'm gonna add 2 segments of subdivision modifier. And we can add another hold and loop cut here on the bottom, and press A to select everything and press 7 to go to top orthographic view. Let's take a copy by Shift D and rotate it, but you see that the proportional editing is on. We have to make it off, and we can rotate it somewhere like this, and let's change its shape because it is the same, it's symmetrical. We don't want this. With this shape selected, press Ctrl I to invert the selection and press H to hide it. But you see that it doesn't work. It's because that this subdivision modifier is on. Let's disable it for now and press H to hide it. And because we're gonna change this shape here, I'm not gonna changing this shape affect the other one. Press O or select this proportional editing, make it on, and let's change this shape. Press G and Y, and maybe we can bring it a little bit downer, and we can select this one and bring it down, and we can select all of them again and bring them a little bit down like this. Press 3 again to go to side orthographic view. We can rotate it, we can bring it to that part, and maybe we can select this one again and press 3 to go to side orthographic view and change it, or for now we can disable it, and let's select this one and again press 3, and there you go. Now we can select this one. This is completely optional, it's on you yourself. You can create anything you like with these ones. There's no need, there is no obligation to create just like me, and I'm gonna just create a shape that fits for me and I like to be. Then hold Alt H to bring the hidden objects, and now you see that we have two different objects, and you can hover your mouse on one of them and press L to select it and press 7 to go to top orthographic view. Let's bring it a little bit near, and we can take another copy with Shift D and bring it here, then rotate it and maybe somewhere like this, and again let's change its shape here. But for now let's hide these two ones. With this one selected, press Ctrl I and then H to hide them, and now select this one and again turn on the proportional editing and bring it higher. Select this one, come to the front orthographic view and bring it to the part, again for this one as well. And maybe we can select these ones and bring them a little bit higher like this. And for now let's turn it off and bring the hidden objects back by holding Alt and H. And also we can hover our mouse on one of them, maybe this one, and press L to select all of it and press 7 to go to top orthographic view. Take a copy of this one, and for now the last part, let's create another one, and there you go. We can make it a little bit outer, bring it a little bit outer, and again with this one selected, hold Ctrl I and press H to hide them. We can select these two edges here and scale them down a little bit. Also this one. and maybe this one, and let's change this shape a little bit and turn on the proportional editing, bring it a little bit higher, or maybe we can bring it lower like this. And for this one as well, we can bring it a little bit lower up to there, and maybe we can bring it a little bit higher like this. And now hold Alt H to bring them back, and press Tab to go to edit mode, and turn on the subdivision modifier, and right click, then shade smooth. And this would be our grass. Then you can create better shapes than this one, but I did it just fast because of the tutorial, not to waste your time. And for here, I'm gonna use the particle system, the grasses of here. And for this one, I'm gonna take a copy of this one several times. I'm not gonna use the particle system because I want to use two methods, and you can use any of them if you like them. And let's select this one and select this particle system here, particle properties, and click on plus button, and come here and select the hair part. You see that we have some shapes like hair, but we didn't want this. We want to render this grass part as a particles. But first of all, let's change its name. Select it, press F2, and I'm gonna call it grass ref. And select this one again, and come to the render part, and from the render part in the render as path, we're gonna change it to render as object. And now here we can choose our object. We can search for its name, or we can just select the eyedropper tool and click on that one. And you see that we have the grass here, but they are too small. We're going to change the scale. And first of all, let's check this object's pivot point. Press Tab to go to edit mode, press A to select everything, and bring them, let's disable this proportional editing and bring them a little bit higher. And that's good. Now come to this part again, and from the render part, we can change the scale. Let's zoom in a little bit. Hold Shift and increase the scale a little bit, not so much. If you increase it so much, it would be like this, and we don't want this. Maybe something around 1 and 4 or 14 is good, but maybe it's too much. We can change it to 13 or maybe 11, 0.11. I think 0.11 is better than before. And now we can change the scale random. It's for randomness of the scale, to not have the same shape in all of the parts. And from here, from this part, we're gonna check the advanced on, and on the children part, we're gonna change the noun to this one, and you see that we have now lots of grasses, and it's good. It's the result we wanted. From here, change the displace amount to something like 15, and if it's so much, maybe we can leave it as 10, but I'm gonna leave it 15. And for the render part, I'm gonna leave it to 15, change it to 15, because 100 is too much. If I change it to 100, you can see that the amount is too much. We don't want this. It should be 15, and render part should be 15 as well. And that is the grass part that we've created here. And let's take a copy of this one, press Shift D and bring it a little bit to that part, and we're gonna scale them down. And let's take some copies of this one. Press 7 to go to top orthographic view, and first of all, by Shift D, let's create some copies and rotate them, and we can scale them like this. And you can create another shapes, but I'm going to use just this shape for the grass parts. You can do anything. It depends on your creativity. And bring it here. And let's take a another copy, select this one, take another copy, bring it here, again here, and maybe this one for now, and rotate them, and one another, we can rotate them and scale them, and there we go. This would be our grasses for this part. But first of all, let's bring them to another collection. Select them all and press M and then click on new, and I'm gonna call it grass. And let's zoom out a little bit, bring them all up to here like this, and bring them higher a little bit, not so much. Maybe up to here is good. And for now, I'm gonna take a copy of them, but this time not with Shift D, with Alt D. Press 7 to go to top orthographic view, and with these ones selected, hold Alt D to take a copy, and we can rotate them. Again, hold Alt D and rotate them. We can scale them on the object mode, not on the edit mode. And again, hold Alt D. I'm gonna use Alt D for the remaining copies like this, and here, there. You can use it anywhere like this. Let's rotate them, and now we can, with these ones selected, you can hold Shift G, and from this part I'm gonna select the collection, and you see that all of the collection is selected. Now we can hold Alt D again to take another copy and bring it here, and maybe we can rotate it up to here like this. And for now we can select them one by one and take a copy of these ones here and there. Press 7 to go to top orthographic view, and with Alt D again, we're gonna add some copies here and there like this, and we can rotate them and bring them here again. Make another copy here and there, and for now let's hide this object. It's on the stairs tab here. Let's hide it and select all of this grass. Again, press Alt D and bring it here. Again, Alt D, and we can select these ones, Alt D, and another one for here, there, and there. Let's bring it back. I think it is good now. I don't want too much grass for here. It is good for now, and that's from the grass part. Maybe we will add later in the future videos, but for now it's enough for now. And let's add the trees part. Hold Shift A, and on the curve tab I'm gonna select the sampling tree gen, and this would be open up to me. But if you don't have it, you can just come to edit and preferences, and on the add-ons you can search for tree and then turn it on, and after that it would work for you as well. Hold Shift A and bring a tree, and you can change the type of tree from the shape part here, but I'm not going to change it for now. I like it. You can change it for anything like this, and I'm going to use this one. And let's come to the leaves part and turn on the show leaves here. You can change the type of the leaves as well, but I'm going to leave it for now just like that. And let's take it, the tree and the leaves, and bring it to the left part, right part, and bring it backwards a little bit, just like there, like that. And we can scale it a little bit and bring it a little bit backwards as well. And now for the tree, I'm gonna add I'm gonna make another collection. Press M and click on new collection. I'm gonna call it tree, and then we can take a copy of this one by Shift D and bring it a little bit to that part. Maybe we can scale it down a little bit. Maybe we can rotate it just like that. And we can add another tree, or we can just take a copy of this one, but for the other trees I'm gonna add another one. Let's add another type of tree here, but it's on leaves part. We're gonna come to the geometry tab, change the shape to another shape, something like this maybe, or that one. I'm gonna use this one for the other trees. And let's come back to the leaves and click on show leaves, and there you go. Bring it here, and maybe here is good for this one, but I'll change the position of these ones because of the position of camera that I'm gonna add later in the next videos, but for now it's good. Let's take another copy of this one, bring it to that part and bring it a little bit up to here, and let's scale it a little bit up, and I think that is good for now. But we can add another tree. Let's select this one and also the leaves. With Shift-D, take another copy and bring it back and scale it up a little bit, and also bring it to that part to the left and bring it higher, and maybe to somewhere like this. And there we go, the modeling part is done. And from the next video, maybe we're gonna work on the texturing part, lighting, or camera. I hope this course would be useful for you up to now. And if you have any questions, any problems during the process, feel free to just ask me in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed and new to the channel, just click on the button below to subscribe in the channel to not miss any other videos and also the upcoming videos for the course. So see you on the next video.